All right, good afternoon, everybody. I'm Congressman Jim McGovern. I want to thank you for being here today. We are all pleased by the results in the Senate. The Senate passed 52 to 47, Senator Kane's joint resolution, which directs the removal of United States armed forces from hostilities within or against Venezuela that have not been authorized by Congress. And we would call on Speaker Johnson to bring that bill to the floor so we can have a debate and a vote, and the House could be on record expressing its views on this topic. I'm not under any illusion that the Speaker will do that. He has demonstrated that he is reluctant to bring anything to the floor that is not blessed by the White House. But again, we would ask on behalf of not just Democrats but also Republicans for him to do that. Look, I'm going to keep my remarks very brief here, but I'll begin by saying that in all my years in watching U.S. foreign policy, the one thing I've come to appreciate is that it's easy to get into wars. It's hard as hell to get out of them. And that is exactly why the United States Constitution gives Congress, not the President, not the courts, but Congress, the sole and exclusive power on matters of war and peace. Because the founders wanted the first branch of our government, the people's branch, to have a direct say in whether or not American troops are put in harm's way. This weekend, it's my view that the President launched an illegal and unauthorized attack on Venezuela. We now know that American troops were shot and injured in that attack. We didn't find out until days later. Nobody in Congress was notified before the strike happened or even in the immediate aftermath. Now we know that oil executives were briefed before the Gang of Eight. I've been to 2 classified briefings since then. Quite frankly, those briefings have not been reassuring at all or particularly informative. This isn't about drugs. The administration hardly even mentions that excuse anymore. This isn't about democracy or human rights. They have no plan here. They basically replace one dictator with another. This is about oil. This is about lining the pockets of big oil CEOs at the expense of the people of Venezuela. I mean, for God's sake, we heard yesterday that their plans to put the money they seized from Venezuela oil into offshore accounts. And today, just this morning, the President of the United States said we would be running Venezuela for many years. And I think the American people, quite frankly, are tired of old men like Donald Trump dreaming up costly new endless wars with no clearly defined mission, wars that undermine our standing in the world, and wars that only serve to enrich those at the top and massage Donald Trump's ego. Maduro was a horrible tyrant and a terrible human being. Nobody here disputes that. But when it comes to putting American troops in harm's way, Congress is in charge. And that's not me saying that, it's the Constitution. So I'm here with many of my colleagues who have served our country, who have been in the military, who know what is at stake here, and who are going to talk about why Congress needs to end this before it turns into another costly quagmire. And at this point, I would like to turn to Congressman